Hello discussions community. I got another update on the game. This one is kind of special because it's 1 year of development. So the first post dates to 22nd July. Today is 13th, but I remember like starting a little bit earlier, like a week or two earlier before I joined discussions. So yeah, this is gonna be a 1 year anniversary special, so we're gonna look back and see kinda how the development went with this game. So this is the first post after I joined discussions, and this is the first iteration of the game. This is how it looked day one, or week one should I say. So yeah, the idea back then was to have a Yu-Gi-Oh like type game without any classes and stuff like that, and somewhere in the middle we figured out that's gonna be boring, so we moved to a Hearthstone like game where there's gonna be classes, and each class is gonna have something unique that's gonna make the game a little bit more spicy. So the first video I uploaded was 24th of July, and let me see how they like this. So this was supposed to be a homepage. There were supposed to be like tournaments where you pay some EOS tokens to participate and the winner would take it all. But eventually I figured that instead of tournaments I can have a ranked system where players would be rewarded the EOS or game token based on their rank, and those funds would come from money that is spent on the marketplace, and well, basically all the money that's spent on the game, 50% of that money would go to the developers and 50% of that money would go back to the players, and out of that 50%, 75% of the money would go to people who stake the main game token and 25% would go to ranked players basically. But so the higher ranked players would earn more from that pool and lower ranked players would earn less. So the majority of the tokens will be flushed to people who stake tokens, because higher ranked players can abuse this system and just create like hundreds of accounts and boost them to higher elo to earn more money. So basically ranked players rewards are just gonna be complementary, you know, it's not gonna be something huge, it's just gonna be some small tip to keep them playing ranked and to prevent them from abusing the system by creating lots of accounts to earn money basically. So this is the first video where when I started making this game initially, I wanted it to be fully on-chain without any centralized database, and I wanted to allow players to balance the game instead of having a centralized entity, in this case our company, that's gonna make the game balance. And there's no way this can work. I was thinking about this for a long time, and there is just no way to make it so that players are not gonna abuse this system. So the first thing was like the players will be able to only change the base numbers like health and damage and the card's special attribute. But then I figured out the effects can be changed, and if the effect is overpowered I would have to manually change the code. So I got another idea, which is to have like 15 or 20 different effect types, and those effect types can be combined into each card, but still players will just abuse this. I know for certain players will abuse this. So the balance of the game will probably mostly be done by the core developer team. Of course, maybe something changes in the future, but I will closely listen to the community and maybe even create after each game is played, so there can be a stat for each card. So if some card is winning a lot more games than other cards, that's probably a good indicator that the card is overpowered. But it can also be a bad indicator, because maybe that one card performs good because it's combined with some other cards. So yeah, this is still the thing I've no clue how to approach. But I'm not gonna spend a lot of time thinking and trying to make it work. I'm just gonna focus on making the game. So that was the first update, me trying to create a fully decentralized game. But I was new to programming on the blockchain, and I thought that it's possible, but it's just not so. Asphyxia and the castle were 100% right. It can't be 100% decentralized. So that was the first update on the game, and this is how it basically looked. So a player would propose some change, and people would vote, and their vote would be weighted based on their elo, which of course means the higher elo players can absolutely abuse this system and balance the cards in their own what's this word in their own benefit, like so yeah. Let's see the next one, the deck builder. Okay, so the first deck, when I started making this deck builder, I wanted it to be a drag and drop, but implementing a drag and drop is a huge pain. It's really complicated, and it's best for this feature to be left out completely. Maybe the drag and drop arrives in the game at some later point when most of the more important features are done. But for now, like it's probably gonna be left on the side. So this was the initial deck builder. So there weren't any classes in the game. There's just gonna be a list of cards, and people would put the cards in the deck, just like in Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's the first deck builder. Players can create different decks, change deck names, much like they can do in the current state of the game, plus the classes. So that's it. Let's go next thing. So this first couple of videos were really like uploaded in quickly, one after the other, because when you start creating an app, the first month or two, there's like a lot of changes, so there's a lot of updates to be made. But after some time, stagnation starts, and that's what happened. So this is the next iteration of the game. So I wanted to initially only have a couple of cards unlocked when the account's created, and the players would purchase additional cards afterwards. So this is pretty stupid. I admit this was a really stupid idea, because maybe there is some specific combo a player is going for, so now he has to like grind to unlock his card, and the first card packs. That's kind of pay to win bullshit I'm trying to avoid. So yeah, I quickly dropped that idea and decided to go Dota 2 style, where everything gameplay related is gonna be unlocked as soon as the game, as soon as you create the account, and the rest of the cosmetics will be unlocked as you play, or if you purchase them from another player. So yeah, that idea went down the drain. And this is one where I implemented the card skins, where you can change the card skins. So the initial idea was that those skins are not gonna be NFTs. Those skins would just be like an integer, and you would buy these skins directly from us, so we would get all of this money. But this centralizes the game even further, so we dropped that idea as well. So we figured we could make players unlock random skins as they level up and continue playing the game. So if they unlock a skin that they do not like, they can sell it on the marketplace to another player and buy the skin that they want from another player as well. So this feature was dropped as well as the feature where you could unlock random cards. As I said, all of the cards will be unlocked from the get-go, and the only thing that you will pay for directly to us is gonna be a new deck, which is basically required to purchase more RAM for that deck, because deck data is stored on the blockchain. And another idea I have is like to purchase this VIP pass, where you can pay like a couple of dollars each month to have a bonus XP after each game and a couple of more perks. But that's still an idea. It's not 100% sure that it's gonna land in the game. So basically everything you buy in the game except for deck slots is gonna be bought from other players. And the initial game like had a global chat, which I removed for some reason. Like they can use Discord for that. Like, there's no need for a global chat. It's nice to have, but overkill in my opinion. And the real stagnation started around here. Let me see if this is the same video. Yeah, and this is where I implemented a chat and ability to challenge players, to challenge friends to a classic or a bet duel, where both players would bet tokens and the winner would take it all. This is still in the main game. This is still planned, but this will come after after the casual queue is implemented, which is a 0.3.0 version, which is far away. So when that gets done, then we will implement a wallet system, just like the one on discussions, and then players will be able to play ranked and bet duels with their friends. And maybe I bring back tournaments, the paid tournaments where players put money in and winner takes it all, like 8 players tournament. So 4 players get kicked off after the first round, and then 2 players get kicked off after the second round, and then the finals, the players and who wins in the finals wins the whole pool. So yeah, that's not a bad idea. That may be implemented in the main game as well. And this is the main point of stagnation. This update took like 3 months, and not gonna lie, I was burnt out, because at this point my friend recommended that we create a classes style like Hearthstone. So I had to refactor a lot of code. I had to start connecting it all to the backend, and at this point I figured the framework I was using, the Angular framework, was not gonna cut it for the game, because Angular forces you to write applications in specific ways, and it was limiting my ability to go like full ham. So I had to drop Angular, decided to go for Svelte, because Svelte is basically vanilla JavaScript and allows me to create everything from scratch. Basically, it takes a little bit more time, but it's a lot more flexible in the end. So this was the new classes system, where you pick a class and then you create a deck. So there's gonna be a set of neutral cards that mix into any deck, and this is basically the not much different from the current game state. So this thing got reworked here a lot. Not much has changed after this point. Oh, look at I completely forgot about this thing. Players. Ah, yes, I've removed this component and I haven't copied it to my new Svelte project. So the ability to change the deck class. So currently you can only change the deck name, but you cannot change the class. I have to I have to code it again. Oh well, anyway. Whatever. So that's it. And another point of stagnation was like there was another 3-month gap right here, because at this point I had to connect everything to the backend, and I had no clue how C++ worked. I was basically beginning to learn it, and then I had no clue how EOS.io worked, so I had to learn how to create smart contracts. So I was really overwhelmed at this point, and I was basically running in circles. So of course Asphyxia was of huge help. He basically taught me everything I know today, and if it weren't from him, if it weren't for him, I don't know. I don't know where I would be right now. I would probably like give up on this thing, because it's really difficult. It's difficult mainly because of C++, and I only did JavaScript before I started the backend blockchain development. So yeah, that was the hardest part. And this took me like 3 months to implement a UID login, just like one on discussions, and connect the deck and all that stuff to save in the blockchain rather than just be in the local state, like saved in the browser. So this is the biggest point in stagnation, these 3 videos. And then after that I decided to rework the interface a little bit, and this is basically how the game looks right now. The new interface, where everything is basically connected on the back end and everything, the whole client is basically just it's working. And then the last update, where I fixed this social side nav, and we're basically here. So damn, I was using Linux back then. I don't know why I stopped using Linux, but I've been using Windows since I was 5 years old. Like my first Windows was Windows 98, I believe, and then when Windows XP came out, everyone was like, wow, Windows XP, dude. Maybe I'm just nostalgic, that's why I use it. So this update basically allows players to start the game. That's it, just start the game. So let's say this guy can create a lobby. So now he's in lobby. These people know that he's in lobby, and this still works. Oh, wait a second, something is glitching out here. Let me just start from scratch here. Oh yeah, it doesn't log people out unless they click on this button. So if I just refresh the browser, the guy still stays online. I still haven't figured out how to bin the window close and that, but it's not a big deal really. So this guy can create a lobby. He's in lobby, and then some other guy can join the lobby. Well, let's say this guy joins the lobby. and there he is. I really wish I had a 4K monitor for this. I can barely see, but it has to do for now. So since both players are in this current lobby, this guy cannot join the lobby. It says this lobby is full, and if he tries to join some random unexisting lobby, he says the lobby not found. Okay. So there's also this chat thing. I reworked the chat. I'm just gonna make this like, here is the new chat. Still sends two messages. I have no idea why is this happening. I tried to fix it and I couldn't, and then I got tilted and I said fuck it, like I'm not even gonna bother with this anymore. So I moved these buttons, these action buttons here, so you can tip, gift, unfriend and block from here. Close the chat. There's a minor bug here, but it's not a big deal. This button is supposed to open and close the chat, which is why it's changing the icon, but they haven't done that. I just changed the chat UI to make it like a little bit more better. So this guy can send messages, and it's basically similar to the Discord chat with timestamps and all that. It can be made a little bit better, but it's much better than the first edition of the chat. So, and finally, when I click start as a host can start and close the lobby, and the challengee can exit the lobby. So he can exit the lobby like this. Let me join again, and host can close the lobby, terminate it. So both players leave the lobby, and he can start the game finally. So this is how it looks. It's basically the same UI you've seen a couple of months ago when I started working on the UI, and it kinda doesn't fit anyway. So these cards are like animated, and I can probably make it so when I hover this card, this card will pop up like this on this player, and vice versa if this player hovers this card. But this is like just brainstorming right now. I'm just gonna focus on like clicking this card, clicking here, summon card, attack some other card, and just like these first iterations of the game, this game field is probably not gonna look like this at all in the final game, and I already have some ideas how I'm gonna change this. So I'm gonna move this hero to the center here, so the players will be only able to summon 4 minions at max, plus the hero, which is gonna be in the center here, so the whole field will be asymmetric, which is what I'm going for, to make it a little bit cleaner. So this whole thing here is gonna get removed, and this hero image and health bar and mana is gonna go right here in the middle. So that's pretty much it, and those two players are right now in game, as you can see from their status. And this button here is just a meme, but I just plugged it in here so I can close the game. So I can close the game, and these two players are online in the game. The game's over, and they get experience points or whatever. So that's it. So I showed you the new chat, I showed you the way to start the lobby and the game, and I guess one more thing, which is not really that big of a deal, but this wallet thing here, it now actually can copy these keys like that, and you can show and hide the private key just like on discussions. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this update. And while I'm at it, I said I would want to try to become a block producer on the Telos testnet, and I actually managed to spin up a node, and it's currently syncing up. It's at almost at 12 millionth block. and there's a total of 120 million blocks, so has been running for 5 days now. It's gonna take a long while to sync up the entire database, and I know that there is probably a way to download some someone else's blockchain state and import it into mine to speed up this syncing process, but I'm not in a hurry with this, not at all. I would much rather like do it slowly and learn, because yesterday my computer actually crashed, so the database got dirty, and I actually managed to fix it up and to repair the dirty database and to continue from my 10 millionth block, which was when the my computer crashed and corrupted the database. So yeah, this is exactly why I didn't want to download somebody else's state, and to basically learn how all this mining works, to like get more experienced and basically basically learn from the inside out everything. So yeah, that's pretty much the update for now. This was a quite a long video, but it's a 1 year anniversary special, so I wanted to like go back in time and see how the development of this game went, and the burnouts, and then eventually like pulling it all together. So the updates will probably go a little faster, like once a month maybe. I will keep posting these updates once a month, because now I actually can code a little bit faster, because I approximately know what I'm doing and what I should write to get this thing to work. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching if you've come all the way here, and I'll see you in the next update, where I will hopefully finally create some gameplay so you guys can actually log in and play some play this game. But yeah, it's been 1 year. It's been a rocky road, but I'm happy with how it's all going. So yeah, I'll see you in probably a month. Bye bye.